Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news, and we have to discuss. Listen, all of the rookies have concluded the NBA preseason and they are starting their NBA journeys. We all know we cannot wait to see what Brandon Miller does against the Atlanta Hawks this upcoming week. Is going to be definitely something to really marvel at because he has definitely had his up and down situations, but now it's time to really put things to the test. If you're looking at Scoot Henderson, he opens up the season against, the Los Angeles Clippers. That's nothing to scoff at, ladies and gentlemen. Scoot Henderson, this man is definitely, captivated the world, and things of that nature. And a lot of people are awaiting his NBA journey. You have obviously the San Antonio Spurs. They have another game to conclude tonight against the Golden State Warriors. So Victor Wembanyama, let's see what happens with that situation. Also, next week he opens up against the Dallas Mavericks. This is going to be spectacular. And here at Flight Sports, we're going to be documenting it all. So make sure you subscribe now so you don't miss a second of coverage. We're going to break a whole lot of things down, ladies and gentlemen. We are brought to you by my man, All Access. You already know what's going on. Big things out here. The king of Pasadena, Cali. You already know. What's the deal, All Access? There's a lot of things going on in the sports world. What's up with these rookies? It's Flight Sports.
Yes, Flight. This is a really good time for the NBA right now, especially when you have these rookies coming in out of a draft that was so hyped up, especially with Victor Wembanyama leading the chore on entering the NBA in 2023. He has been in a great situation. Osur, great situation. Amin, great situation. Brandon Miller, good situation. And Scoot Henderson, an excellent situation. Because when you match these top five NBA draftees of the prize 2023 draft, Victor Wembanyama has been seeded with a Hall of Fame coach and Greg Popovich. And also, he is coming in with a young player, a 4-year player who just received his max rookie extension in Devin Vessel. So he is eager to win and showcase his skills. So Victor Wembanyama has a very good future attached to him in San Antonio. Both have good situations where you have Cade Cunningham on one end, and you just have the emergence of Bagley coming in to view for the Detroit Pistons. And overall, you got Monty Williams, one of the really good, decent coaches the NBA, and he is a player coach. So he's coming into a situation that is very delightful. And then you have over there in Houston, the Fred VanVleets, the Dylans, the Jalen Greens, and they also have a new incoming coach in Ime Udoka. So he has already shown what he can do with young talent by springboarding the Boston Celtics while his tenure there up in Massachusetts, Beantown, to a NBA final appearance. Brandon Miller. He's coming off on a kind of a slow start to get really acclimated, a next side to LaMelo Ball and get his ball going. Now, Cliffy has to be very careful, not to the point where he's tangential or walking on eggshells when it comes to Brandon Miller, but he has to roll him out appropriately. And with Brandon Miller is one of the odd guys not handling the basketball like the other aforementioned young rookies coming into the NBA. That is a task that he has to vigorously get into and make himself available, and so he can be productive on the Charlotte Hornets and improve the Charlotte Hornets from their disastrous season last year, calendar season, due to injuries, to this year where the Charlotte Hornets are fully healthy. Now, Scoot Henderson. Can we say enough about Scoot Henderson, Flight?
I
This
mean,
is Hollywood. Scoot Henderson has resonated with young people in La La Land. He's way up in the North Pacific, and he is resonating in La La Land. This how much superstar potential that Scoot Henderson have. All Scoot Henderson have to do is don't F it up by doing crazy things off the court, which I know he will not do because he has been mentored by one of the golden childs of the NBA, the perfect Stephen Curry. So Scoot Henderson is in an excellent situation. There's no Dame Lillard there. There's no use of Nurkic there. All he have is Anthony Simons and Shaden Sharp and JG himself, the cool hand Luke of the Portland Trailblazers up there in Rip City, Jeremy Grant. So that is an excellent situation for Scoot, and Scoot is going to thrive. Like,
yeah, yes, absolutely, Dex, absolutely. I think Scoot Henderson is definitely going to take his game to the next level, the elite level that the Portland Trailblazers are going to need this upcoming season. I'm just, like I said, I can't wait for real NBA basketball to take place because oftentimes the preseason, it obviously is an outline to things to come, but at the end of the day, it's nothing. It's no replication for regular season basketball. Whether you practice it, whether you're doing whatever, you can't replicate NBA season basketball. You understand? Ain't nobody taking no prisoners. So I can't wait to see how some of these rookies, deal with that. You have Scoot Henderson. He's got to go against some of the best guards in the game. Every single night. How is he going to be able to hold up to that? How is he going to be able to defend these guards? Is he going to be able to blow past people? How he's going to be able to finish over some of the big guys in the league? Obviously, guys like Victor coming in with immense height. They're already crowning him as the next guy. So how is he going to be able to deal with the players in the NBA? How are the NBA players going to be able to deal with him? These are all of the things that I'm going to be looking at. And like Dex was saying, some of the other players, the Amons, the Swords, and you talk about Houston and Detroit. These are teams to definitely look out for. And like I said here at Flight Sports, we will be monitoring all of the situations with these rookies throughout the season. In the comments section, throw your hat, throw your hat in the race for Rookie of the Year. Let's see who's going to get that. We can have some early indications. It's going to be tough. It's hard for me to gauge. I'm definitely going to get Dex's thoughts on that before we go. Dex, what's your early thoughts on Rookie of the Year? Is there any early indications?
yes, my early indications of Rookie of the Year, the top two right now for what I've seen during this preseason. And, preseason is not really something that you can predicate real basketball on because most of it is just showcasing just to see where a lot of these players will fit in, and the competition is kind of low because these games do not count on the official records of these teams in the calendar season. But my two is Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren, my three: Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren, and Scoot Henderson. Those are my top three, no particular order, but those are my top three that I'm focusing on now. Because a lot of people forget that Chet Holmgren, this is his official rookie season. I know he was in the previous draft, but this is the Ben Simmons syndrome with Chet Holmgren, and now he has an opportunity after observing a full season, not dribbling the basketball one time in a meaningful game, to understand the highs and lows, ebbs and flows, and the vicissitudes of being an NBA professional player. Flight from behind the scenes. So a lot of the curtailing that Chet Holmgren will have, these other rookies are not privy to that because this is their inaugural season as well as the draft that they was drafted in. And my dark horses, Flight. You know how I feel about Cleveland. You know how I feel about the Cleveland Cavaliers with Spidey Mitchell, Darius Garland, my homie Evan Mobley, and his brother Isaiah Mobley, and some of the other talents that lie over there in the land, Cleveland. Imani Bates. Like, can we actually talk enough about the presence of Imani Bates? Because Imani Bates is coming in under the radar to most people, Flight. And a lot of NBA pundits are not giving him his just due. So he's definitely a dark horse. And that kid down there in Miami, I know he's an older draft pick. He stayed at UCLA for 4 years. Jaime Hawkes Jr. He's coming in as a full grown man, and he is the epitome of a rookie professional. So Jaime Hawkes Jr. down there in Miami, that's another dark horse we have to pay attention to because Miami rolled him out properly. They gave him his minutes and then they pulled him back, and I think that was the strategic skullduggery of Eric Spoelstra, a championship-driven coach and a championship-driven culture. So let's watch out for these two dark horses, Imani Bates from the land and Jaime Hawkes Jr.
Yeah,
from South
well,
Beach.
most definitely. We're gonna definitely keep an eye on those guys. Make sure you subscribe to Flight Sports for more news